The epic and unbeatable at Scrabble. The Nerds with Attitude!
To the N.W.A, Nerds with Attitude. I am one of your humble hosts, Shin the Hero, a.k.a. Walt, and I am joined by the squad, the original N.W.A members. We have OldHunterRage, Isaac.
Hi, everyone.
And my boy, I love him to death. I give him so much shit. He gives me so much shit too. Flores Bloom Noah.
Hello. You know, the greatest is back. You know, y'all been kind of dry without me, so you know.
And thank you thank you for watching. We're done. The NWA's done. F this nigga Noah. Today,
what, man? I gotta talk my shit.
Today we're talking about anime movie called Bubble. Right now it's on Netflix. You can stream it right now. It's a gorgeous movie, not gonna lie. But we are going to get into spoilers and all that jazz, so you have been warned. I'll give you a quick rundown of what Bubble is. It's gravity-defying bubbles rain down, cutting off Tokyo from the rest of the world. The city's skyline becomes a playground for young people competing in parkour team battles. Hibiki, our main character, plummets into the sea, but is saved by a mysterious girl with mysterious powers. Bubble came out May 13th, 2022 in Japan, and it was released on Netflix, and it is a Studio Wit and Studio Warner Brothers joint. Wit did some anime like The Magus Bride and Villain Saga. They did anime like that. Those. I would say this movie is very gorgeous. So we're gonna get into our quick 2 cents thoughts before we go into the spoilers and the things we didn't like about this movie and all that junk. But I will say this. Off rip, the movie is beautiful. Like the animation and everything. Like it is a very beautiful shot anime movie. And for an hour and like 47 minutes, yeah, man, those visuals are nice. It's if anything, I would say this is parkour, the anime. That's what it is. But the story, the lack thereof story, it that ending. When we get into the spoilers, I've been watching anime for umpteenth years, and I know anime gets weird and all, but even I was hella confused at this ending. Isaac, we'll save Noah for last. Isaac, give us your quick 2 cent quick thoughts on Bubble. No spoilers.
No spoilers, and just to help everyone, even when we do get into spoilers, you're still not going to understand anything. This movie was strange. It was a strange movie, but it's definitely one of the most beautiful anime movies I've ever seen. And it didn't have to have, like, you know, crazy, flashy fight scenes or anything. It was just beautiful for the sake of being beautiful. Like, just down to the reflections of the bubbles and everything like that whenever they showed up. Not to mention the animation of everybody doing parkour, which was insane. I really liked the movie. It was great. I just wish I understood it.
Noah,
Yes.
how did you like Bubble?
How did I like it? I thought this shit was trash. That shit. You know how people say there's never a bad Japanese animation movie? This is the one that's awful. The characters suck. Well, let me start positive. I'm sorry. It was beautifully animated. It was gorgeous. I mean, the details in those bubbles are amazing. I mean, wow. But after that, you get past the animation, the story, I don't even know what the shit was about. I didn't know what it was about, but it was awful. I really don't want to beat up on this movie, but yeah, it was trash.
Did you not enjoy it at all?
The animation was beautiful, man. It's just the writing sucked. It just make no sense. It's so anime. Like, you guys really, the writer's like, okay guys, hear me out. Here's the story we got. Bubbles are going to descend from the sky and blow up Japan. Oh, it was Tokyo?
Yeah,
okay,
Tokyo,
now. These orphans are going to like live in here, okay? And they decide to parkour in this desolate land of water. This is the movie. And it was like, genius, greenlit, let's go, let's make it. I want to be in these discussion rooms when they decide this is the movie, this is the plot, this is it. And I think they realized they didn't really have nothing, so they added the mermaid shit in, and it still sucked. I cannot name you one character's name.
I mean, the two main characters is Yuta and Uta.
Which one?
Yuta and Hibiki. Hibiki is the main character. The guy with
that's the only one I could remember. Yeah, that's the only one I could remember was his name. And I can't remember it now because I haven't watched it since I couldn't sit through it again.
And Yuta was the girl.
I'm gonna ask you guys both of this. What was the other people's name on the boat on their team? What was their names?
I remember Shin, the guy with the prosthetic leg.
Yeah, yo, when he went in towards the end of the movie, though.
Oh my god!
It was dog.
But can y'all name me anybody else in this movie?
Nope.
Hot-headed Joey Wheeler.
They didn't do a good job with the character. Maybe if I cared about the characters more, but I can give two shits about the main character and his little bubble girlfriend.
I barely can remember the scientist chick name. I don't even remember her name. In all honesty.
They didn't care. They was like they thought this animation was going to carry this movie, and that's it. It wasn't good. It was long. It felt like it was 6 hours long for me. It's like, damn, this shit's still going on. They still jumping these bubbles. God damn. It's so stupid.
We're gonna jump into spoilers now, and we'll try to break this down as best as we can. So if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it on Netflix. I would say it is a watch. That's what I would say. It is a watch. It is a head scratcher, at least towards the end, because in my opinion, you ask like two questions. Where did these alien bubbles come from? And what the hell happened to Tokyo? One of those answers get answered. One of those get answered. And then throughout the movie, you get even more questions.
Yep.
And they don't get answered. I promise you that. But we're gonna get into spoilers. We're about to get into spoilers, and which, like, character-wise, I mean, I thought their little the villains, the guys with the mask who using their hands to talk and everything with the technology, that team. They were.
Oh, you mean the
cool.
cheaters? Those guys were cheating.
They weren't cheaters. They weren't cheaters.
They couldn't do parkour. They was like, yo, yeah, let's give it this fancy stuff. They had Shadow the Hedgehog boots on, propelling each other off the bubbles and shit. Those niggas was whack. They wasn't cool. And
I thought they were actually going to be villains. Yeah. I thought they were just going to be like actual villains. But even by the end, which felt like such a quick turnaround, because like I literally blinked for 1 second, and next thing I knew, the main team had their rocket boots. I was like,
wasn't they working for the government?
I missed it.
Wasn't they working for the government? That's how they got their
No, they
wasn't.
No, they were streaming. They were streaming their matches and everything, and they got sponsors. And sponsors sent them their equipment and stuff like that.
Oh,
I was so confused.
I thought.
Did y'all watch this dubbed or subbed?
Oh, I 100% dubbed it. I could not watch. If I was watching this sub, I would have turned it off.
Isaac,
I watched it subbed, I think.
I watched it dubbed.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Like
the dub wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't. They got some actors. When I found out when they was like, okay, the bubbles descended from the sky, right? And then an explosion happened, and then now it's like a big bubble around Tokyo. When I found out these niggas wasn't trapped in the bubble, blew my fucking mind. They was like, no, they're not trapped. They can just leave. And I was like, what?
It was an allegory, though. It's an allegory on life in general, though, because like the bubble is around Tokyo. People, and you know how your life, you feel like you're in a bubble, and they want to go into the bubble and live their life and everything.
But then they was like, the government, they want these kids out. So I was like, I'm like, send the army. What they gonna do? They gonna do? Send the army, get the police, get these kids out of here. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
How do y'all feel about the Yuta and Hibiki relationship, though? Like, the bubble girl, the girl becomes the bubble, and she becomes a real girl, and I mean, I know it's a play on the Little Mermaid, not the Disney,
Mermaid,
the Disney Little Mermaid, because they do that in the anime movie itself. Because she relates to the book itself. But how y'all feel about that?
Oh, man, it was awful. Terrible.
See, like, I would have felt better about it had I understood how Yuta came to be.
She just existed.
Because she just, she just, she was a bubble, and then when she jumped in the water, and it looked like when his air bubble came out, and it hit her, she turned into a full girl, and I was like,
all right.
Okay. It was exactly. I was watching. I was like, okay.
But, I was thinking like,
cool.
If he touched the wrong bubble, would it bubble be a man? That'd be the whole movie. There wouldn't be no love story. It'd just be a bubble man.
Like, I mean, it was weird up until when they had their tandem run, when they both started running on the bubbles, in that one match. Yeah. At that point, I was like, okay, this is cool. Because, I mean, I like watching anime people run anyway. So, this movie was perfect for that.
Yeah, it was that part was cool, but then the soundtrack hit, and I was like, okay, it's all right. The movie's still trash, though. But
let's go to the ending. So what happens towards the ending is basically like they go back to the Little Mermaid type thing, where out of nowhere, out of Compton, half the bubbles turn red, and apparently that's Yuta's sister, and they were trying to get Yuta back, and told her come back to their world, and like, because the whole time there's a song that's happening, and the only people who can hear it is Hibiki and Yuta, and it's happening at the Japan Tower, and it's so much of a gravity pull, you can't really. Yuta's been trying his hardest to get there to see if anybody was there, to see where this sound, this music is coming from. You come to find out that's where the origin of the bubble incident happened and everything like that. But the thing that really confused me was when he got up there and he started to see. At first I was like, hold up, did these people get frozen time?
Yeah.
But no, it was like a memory or something like that. And then the sister takes back Yuta, and then she becomes a bubble and starts. I don't understand why there was attacking. I don't understand why the bubbles even came to Earth in the first place. And then at the end of the movie, once everything was all said and done, and she disintegrates like the Little Mermaid does in the story, she disintegrates, but she's still alive. I'm very confused. Did anybody?
Me too.
Any of y'all get the ending?
The animation was beautiful.
See, it's news to me, the fact that you just you said it was her sister. That's news to me. I thought it was just evil Utah or something. I was so lost during that part because it was one of those parts where I blinked and all of a sudden there was like a dark one, and I was like, "What did I miss? I missed something along the way, and I don't know what it is." And then somehow the bubble. Because I thought once the full bubble popped, all the bubbles ceased to be, but she was still there, and there were still other bubbles still sitting around. I was like, and then I think other bubbles started to fall in other places around the world or something, right?
The bubble phenomenon that happened like 5 years ago, happened again. Like once the big bubble in Japan popped, the blue bubbles or the good bubbles, they started to descend from the sky again. and there was no bubble around Japan no more. And that's what happened right there.
It's gonna be a bubble around the whole world? Is that what they're trying to tell us?
I don't know, man. That's the thing. I don't know.
Man, the human race lost to some bubbles, bro. I swear to God.
My biggest thing was I wanted to know where these sentient bubbles came from.
They should have explained that. They should have went in depth with that.
And the way he was saying in the dubbed anyway, he was like when he was a kid, because he has that hypersensitive hearing and everything. Sound was bothering him. What he said, he was like, what happened was me and Yuta, because you see Yuta as the bubble singing a song, and he got his hand on the glass as a kid, and then he was like, I guess them meeting angered the older sister, and she blew up the tower for some odd reason. And that's why it was an explosion, and that's why all those other people in the tower, I think they died, and Yuta survived because, not Yuta, but Hibiki survived.
Yeah, that's what
Yuta saved her.
Saved them, yeah, man. Yeah. The more we talk about this movie, the more confused I get. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, a little bit, actually.
This shit was awful. Like they could have explained the bubbles. Like, yo, they're alien race. They just look like bubbles. Well, like they're alien race, but only way they can come to Earth is they take form into bubbles, because that's what they do. They bubbles.
I don't know, man. I feel like they wanted to make a parkour anime.
Yeah, but
I think so.
They animated up. Like they're just gonna be a regular parkour anime. They had to add some shit in to make it anime. Then the main character had the most anime entrance ever. He was alone up on top of something. He's like, yeah, he's the best. And then he starts jumping down, saving the kid. I was like, look at this anime entrance. That's what I'm talking about. They animate the hell out this movie.
So, like, the director, he made some of the animated series he made was Death Note.
He's the creator of Death Note?
Not the creator, but he directed.
Oh, he directed
anime,
some of the episodes?
Yeah,
okay.
The anime of Death Note. High School of the Dead. Guilty Crown.
Trash.
High School of the Dead is great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, that would be the anime you love, Walter.
Yeah.
Volumes for you, man.
Guilty Crown. Attack on Titan seasons 1 to 3. And he also did Kabinari of the Iron Fortress. That was the Attack on Titan with trains. With the zombie trains.
Ooh.
And
he got something. You never heard about that one?
Yeah, you never heard that one?
No.
Yeah. That one's pretty good. It's like it's in like samurai times and steampunk time, but they're zombies and they're fighting zombies. And they're using the train to fight the zombies.
Yeah, it's beautifully animated and everything.
Yeah. It's pretty dope.
The fight scenes are dope. Yeah, like
yeah.
You never heard of this?
I think it's on Netflix.
No.
Is he on Netflix?
I gotta write this down.
It also has a movie. It has a movie? Yeah, it's got a movie.
Look, Bubble so bad, we talking about something else. God damn. Oh my god, that movie is awful. God, this would not go in my top 10 animated movies of 2022 at all. This shit was
It was Tetsuya Akari. Excuse me if I messed up
Like,
that name.
shit. He did better than me. I'm not even gonna try. That movie was
I
dog
don't know, like,
water.
overall, man. Overall, man. Would you suggest this to people to go watch, Noah?
No. After I watched it, no.
Isaac.
Absolutely
not.
Would you suggest? Is this a recommendation?
He's so nice. I love him, man.
See, I would just be like, listen, you should watch this movie. Don't expect anything from the story, but be prepared for a visual spectacle. But I'd recommend it with a warning.
I would ask this question too. Even though because I feel like this was just Studio Wit, they did the animation, and Warner Brothers is the ones that wrote the story. That's what happened.
Let's see. Where's my phone?
But off the visuals alone, would you be like, this is a movie? The visuals carry this movie. Is that would be
100%? 100%.
Could you watch this muted?
You'll be confused as hell.
Yeah, it's confusing with the sound on, so I feel like it'd be fine without sound.
All right, we're giving y'all scores now. Isaac, out of 10, what are you giving Bubble?
I'd give it a 7.
It was written by some Americans.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah, like, by the way, I'll give it a 7, and Hibiki and Yuta for multiverses, please. That's
the same person she's credited for writing Hot Rod. I'm so done, bruh.
Oh, that movie is terrible.
Yo, she wrote South Park, The Bigger, Longer,
Wow.
Uncut. She wrote Hot Rod, Team America, World Police, whatever that is.
That's the puppet movie.
Yeah, that's the puppet one.
Yeah. Her credits is not
No,
big.
out of 10, what are you giving this?
I'll give it a 4. The shit was awful. Oh,
I'm gonna read off some.
And this is what happens when Americans try to write anime.
My anime list. The score out of 10 is a 7.4. Rotten Tomatoes has a 50%. IMDb gives it a 6.4 out of 10. But
those people are idiots.
But Google users, Google review it's at a 89 at the.
Yeah, those people are idiots. They'll see good animation and call it a good movie.
Also, I would say this too: the main theme that's going on is by Eve, and she's the one who did that banger of a theme song for Demon Slayer, season 1 Demon Slayer. Eve also.
Can I change my rating?
Eve also has I believe it's Eve, but she has a documentary thing on Netflix about her and her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cause she was doing cause there's Jujutsu Kaisen and stuff is in there and everything like that.
Really? Oh, yes.
But yeah, lack of development. There's not a lot of development. I'd have to give this like a 5. In all honesty,
5.
I'd have to
Should
give
have
it
3.
a 5. I mean, at least the visuals mainly carry it. That's the thing. The visuals is what mainly.
It was good to look at. Yeah, I guess that's like a woman with no personality, but she got a banging body, huh?
Down below the comments, you tell us what you thought about Bubble. If you saw it, or if you like any of our things that we've said. We tried to describe Bubble the best as we could.
Yeah, you did a great job, man. I watched the movie and I was still confused.
Yes.
As
You
we
are-
always say, show your attitude, you wonderful, beautiful nerd. Deuces.
Deuces.